So though the college football offseason just started, it's never too early to start looking into the future, asking questions, and discussing expectations. And when we've done so in relation to the Oklahoma Sooners, a lot of those conversations revolve around the offensive line, where OU has a phenomenal offensive line coach, but they lost a ton of production, leading to an entire rebuild along the offensive line. Now, in the past, we've talked about how the Sooners have utilized the transfer portal to solve that issue now, but today we need to talk about how they're recruiting to solve it into the future. Today, we need to talk about three-star offensive tackle Ryan Fodje committing to Oklahoma and why it's impactful. Before we can, as always, y'all know the drill. I have got to hear from you. Hop down to the comments, Y for yes, N for no. Are you excited that Ryan Fodje commits to the Oklahoma Sooners? And let me know what you're thinking. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, hit that bell notification, and as I do constant college football content and you don't want to miss any of it, and if you enjoyed the content, be sure to like and comment down below. But, as always, let's jump right into this. First and foremost, who is Ryan Fodje? Well, Ryan Fodje is a three-star offensive tackle in the class of 2025 and was commitment number 10 for Oklahoma's 2025 recruiting class. He plays his high school football in the state of Texas for Bridgeland in Cypress, Texas, and stands 6'5", 275 pounds. And when you turn on the film, there's no shortage of things to like. First and foremost, the thing that stands out to me, something I talk about with guys that play along the line, whether we're talking offensive line or defensive line all the time, is their tenacity. Do you have that dog in you? Because there's a lot of things we can teach. There's a lot of technique things that can be ironed out, and especially when you're going to Oklahoma with Bill Bedenbaugh, where he has such a history of developing offensive linemen, sending them to the NFL where they find lucrative and successful careers. You can teach some technique, but do you have that want to? Do you have that tenacity? A lot of the times, that's not an intangible that you can just actively teach. You either have it or you don't. And Ryan Fodje is one of those guys that whenever you turn on the tape, that's one of the first things that's flying off screen at you, is the tenacity, the want to. That the fact that he's not going to stop playing the game of football until the whistle is blown. And whenever you're talking guys that will be playing along the lines, once again, offensive or defensive, you have got to have guys that have that extra tenacity to them, that extra edge to them, and Fodje has that. Along with that, he's a guy that's really starting to pick up a lot of offers from big-time institutions, and I'm excited to see where he ends up when it's all said and done in terms of his rankings, because this is a guy that could continue to climb. He has a lot of good stuff put on tape, a lot of big colleges were after him, and a lot of colleges with fantastic offensive line coaches that have given really successful evaluations in the past. So this is a big deal for Oklahoma. Look, if there are people out there saying, oh, but it's a three-star, a few things I would say to that. First and foremost, you have to trust your institution's evaluations, right? Oklahoma is one of those places where they like getting them to camp. They like seeing what they can do in their own settings. And they don't look at the recruiting services. They build up their own list of guys that they like. And if you're sitting here worried about stars, I get it. As a fan, stars are awesome for us to talk about. But at the end of the day, you have got to trust the institution and the coaches at the said institution that they are going to be giving evaluations that they think fit the team. They're the ones who have an innate understanding of the needs of the team as it's currently set and how these prospects can help the team. So Fodje is a guy that Bill Bedenbaugh wanted. You look at Texas, they wanted. Oregon just recently offered. Texas A&M offered. Tennessee offered. I mean, the offers were really starting to pour in, and I'm excited to see where he ends out. But there's no doubt, if you have a question along your offensive line, utilize the transfer portal to try and fix it now, but let's start hitting the recruiting trail real hard to try and fix it into the future. And because of that, I think it stands to reason that Oklahoma is going to want to take a full offensive line class in 2025. I mean, they did great work in the transfer portal, but if you have the ability to get these guys out of high school and develop them from the jump, I think that that is a really compelling thing. And I'm interested not only to hear from you whether you think that Oklahoma is going to load up on the offensive line this class, but I'm interested to see how it all comes together. Hop down in the comments. Let me know what you're thinking. That's it. See ya.